All right, good morning, everybody. It's going to be a Monday. All right, let's see what we have going on. First thing I want to take a look at is look at the Dow. All right, get a little feedback there. All right, let's switch over real quick. I just want to take a look at this Dow because we got something interesting going on here. Okay, so you can see we took out this prior low on Friday. But if we go back a little bit further, look at what we have over here. We have another price gap in here, folks. So I know that markets like to fill up gaps. So that can, I don't know if we're going to do it today. I do expect a lower opening. The question is it going to rally a little bit and then go down? Or we're just going to have a big hard move on the downside and then pull back a little bit? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But we still have a target down here around that 28,500, 28,490 to get filled. So I am thinking that is going to be the next target, is to fill up this gap down here. And that goes all the way back to November of 2020. So we'll watch that and see if the Dow goes down. I still think the Dow is going to go down quite a bit. If you are an Elliott wave guy, they believe that this is wave one, and that's wave two, and wave three. Wave one and wave three typically are about the same size. So I'm not really sure where that would take us. Let's see. That's going to take us real close to filling up that price gap. So we'll see how that plays out. All right, so let's look at everything else. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to watch the following, continue to watch RTY, which is going to be the mini Russell, NQ, mini NASDAQ, gold, GC, NG for natural gas, and on the currencies, Euro US and US yen, and on our stocks, continue with Apple, Microsoft, GM, and Home Depot. Now, I am getting a buy right now on natural gas. Interesting. So let's take a look at natural gas real quick here and see what we have. All right, so we do have a buy coming in on natural gas. That's going to put us up to 67.45 is going to be our target. $67.45 is going to be our profit target. We don't hit target, we reverse down here at $65.95. All right. So the way we're trading this morning is we're going to continue to watch Einstein. Einstein does provide us with an entry point, profit target, and a reversal if we don't hit profit target. And then on the currencies, Euro US and US yen, I'm going to be using one of 5 of the different patterns that come in our silver package. They're called behavioral patterns. We'll be watching for those setups. So wow, so natural gas already hit its target. So we'll go ahead and get out of natural gas. I see a buy in the gold right now. We do have a buy in the gold. Buying the gold, I'd be looking some, anywhere below, let's take a look. Buy came in at 1652 at 52.6. 1652.6. So anywhere in here is good. Target's going to be 1656. All right, we're holding on the gold. See if we can hit 1656 for a profit target. Won't reverse until we come down to 1644 if we need to. 1644 is going to be my reversal point.
Reverse sell.
Trying to put that alert in again. 1644. All right, 1644 is going to be the reversal on gold. All right, so we're long a gold. That's it right now. Long a gold. All right, so the way we're set up right now is it looks like we're going to have a lower opening on the Dow, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a big one. It's probably going to be a pretty quiet opening. But I was just kind of expecting after that big move we saw on Fridays on the downside is for today to have another big move. That's pretty typical when you have a big down move on a Friday that we follow through on Monday. We'll see if that holds. All right, just playing the gold out, looking for a target of 1656. I'm going to keep an eye on GM here. GM, if we can get GM up to 35.38, I'm sorry. Let's do 35.63. If we can get GM up to 35.63, that'd be a nice buy point for an HF1 buy. All right, so we're going to watch that 35.63. We'll see if you can hit that. All right, so that'd be an entry on GM 35.63 for a buy. That'd be an HF1 buy. Yeah, they're expecting below temperatures, below normal temperatures in North Dakota. Yeah, I think I heard that someplace. I think it's that's going to stretch all the way down to Missouri, I believe. Maybe even Oklahoma. I don't know. But they're looking for a pretty harsh winter on the Upper East Coast. So we shall see. All right, still pretty quiet this morning. All right, interesting. Okay, now we are getting a buy on the mini Nasdaq. So we're getting a buy on mini Nasdaq. Getting a buy on the mini Nasdaq. That's gonna bring us up to. That's gonna bring me up to 130. Let's see. 114.07 and a half. 114.07 and a half. That's going to be my profit target. $114.07 and a half. Reversal on that. It's going to bring us down to 112.95. And my dog hears somebody at the door, so I'm going to have to check that out real quick. 112.95 is going to be that reversal on the mini Nasdaq. Okay, long gold, long the mini Nasdaq. All right, so we had a nice little buy on the, let's see here. Look, actually, we're getting a short now on the natural gas. Did have a buy, and we're going to get a short on the natural gas. Interesting. Short on natural gas. Okay, that'll bring our target down on natural gas Profit target's going to be 65.95. That is going to be my profit target. Not too confident about this short, but we'll see. 65.95 target on short natural gas. If we reverse, we'll set up for an HF1 buy at 67.45. All right, so we have a long going on right now, a buy going on in gold. That was a short, a sell going on in natural gas. We have a buy on the mini NASDAQ. Have to be careful a lot of times on pre-market like that, pre-opening, because you can get a little choppy right before the market opens up. So you got to be pretty careful on what you trade. Usually gold's usually okay to trade pre-market. Natural gas is usually okay, but the indices can be a little bit tricky. But right now, I mean, I like the buy on the mini NASDAQ. So we'll see how that plays out here. Oh, really? So you're saying that if the cows have really thick fur, then that means it's going to be a cold winter? Or what are they seeing so far? It's amazing how animals, how they know that. Just instinct. It's amazing. All right, still long gold. Trying to hit that target up here at 1656. Still along the mini NASDAQ. And short natural gas. Another 10 minutes to go here before the opening bell. Once again, if you have any particular commodity or currency pair or stock you want me to look at, just go ahead and put it into the chat window there. And I will do my best to try to get to it and let you know what I see. See if we have any targets on it. See if we have any patterns setting up. I do have I got a double buy going on the US yen. Double carried buy. Let's see here. There's got to be an 01, a 144.01 buy on that yen. $144.01 on the yen. On these double carrots, my preference is to take the shorts over the buys. That's typically what I end up doing, is just going with buys and going with shorts. I'm sorry, instead of buys. But you can play both ways if you like. I've just had a lot more success being a short seller overall than a buyer. That's just my personal preference. We'll see if that holds. It came down to 01. We'll see if that holds on the US yen for a buy. All right, we're going to get out of this yen here in less than a minute to go. Still along the 144.01. Pretty interesting. Came down to hit 01, and it had a nice little shot up. All right, out of the yen, nice little trade on that double carried buy. Double carried is one of our patterns that we teach in the silver package. All right, so still short natural gas. We're long gold. We are long the mini Nasdaq. Short natural gas. If we can get GM to rally up to 35.63, that's going to give us what we call an HF1 buy setup. Nice little setup. I like it. But before we do that, we could pull back. Let's get a target on this pullback. I could see GM coming down to 34.88. Kind of the same pattern setting up also on Apple. We can see a pullback, but let's get some targets on that. We'll get an HF1 buy on Apple at 150.63. Put a line up here, so yellow, we'll make it yellow. That would be a really good entry on that Apple. But I could see Apple pulling back down to the 149, 149.10 area. All right, less than 3 minutes to go before the opening bell. Once again, looking for a lower opening. It's going to be interesting to see what happens after it opens lower. Are we going to have a big move on the downside? Or are we going to come up first? My thought is if we have a pretty quiet open and then we go up, then we could have a bigger move down at the end of, throughout the day. If we have a huge move down right out of the gate, could rally back up and close fairly quiet. So let's see, we'll see. Typically on a down day like we had on Friday, those big washout days like we had on Friday, usually spills over to the following Monday. So we have, when we did our stock scan, let's see, I think we had 86% of the stocks. 86% of the stocks where we have specific patterns setting up, the majority of those patterns were short. 86% were short. So sometimes it gives us an indication. It's not a real strong probability, somewhere around 60% in terms of predictability, watching those patterns. So a little bit better than 50-50 that we are going to close lower than the opening today. In other words, the Dow Jones will end up lower for the day. So we'll see how that plays out. All right. About 30 seconds to go here before the opening bell. Still long gold, natural gas coming down to target. U.S. Tech coming down a little bit. U.S. Tech's in a buy, so we'll see here. This is probably not a bad entry to add. I'd like to see it pull back a little bit more before I add to that long position. All right, down 126, 130, pretty quiet. Looks like Home Depot wants to pull back a little bit further. Looks like we're on our way on Microsoft on a buy here. Microsoft got triggered at 237.10. Target on that would be, first target would be 237.60.
Profit target.
And it looks like it hit profit target. So Microsoft hit first target. Natural gas hit its short target, so we'll get out of natural gas. U.S. Tech is still long, going up to hit target at 1407.5. Gold is still in a buy. Possible HF1 buy coming in on Apple. We did hit that pullback on GM, so let's reestablish a buy here. Apple getting close to that HF1 buy. Home Depot just got triggered on a buy. Nope, never mind. Not yet.
Profit target.
Alright, so we just hit profit target on natural gas. I'm sorry. On mini NASDAQ. Alright. Still long gold, looking for a target of 1656. So we're out of the mini NASDAQ because that hit target. Let's get rid of these alerts. Come on. Got triggered on Apple. Let's get a target on Apple. That is an HF1 buy. On Apple, that'll bring me up to a target 151.15. Hold on to Apple unless it comes down to 149.60, 149.65, somewhere in that area. So 151.15 target on Apple. Gas continuing to go lower. Still have the buy on gold. We're running on RTY. We're running on
Profit target. Profit target.
mini NASDAQ's continuing to run. Apple just hit its target. So out of the long Apple, gold still on target, looking to hit 1656, move up a little bit higher. Home Depot hit that pullback target, and wait and see if we can get a setup on a buy for the Home Depot. Wow, it's been a pretty active morning. Haven't seen one of these in a while. They've been pretty quiet over the last week is pretty quiet. So we're getting a lot of activity, a lot of volatility. This is great. We do like that volatility. Provides a lot of opportunities for us. All right, just hanging on long gold. That's it. All right, quiet it down a little bit. Let's see what the Dow's doing. Dow's down 92. So this action I'm seeing right now on the Dow, personally, I think it's just bottom pickers trying to get into the market. Thinking this is a good entry, but the Dow's still down. It's not hasn't come all the way up yet, so that does indicate some internal weakness. So, like I said, lower opening, maybe pull up, maybe come down by the end of the day. That's kind of my expectation. But that's only my opinion. But a lot of times you have a big down day on a Friday, usually follows through on that following Monday. All right, we still have that buy going on gold. That was an HF2. HF2, if you're curious about what pattern is setting up on gold, we set up an HF2 buy right around in this area, this level. Still looking for a target of 1656. All right, I'm going to watch RTY here because RTY could be setting up for just a regular pairing pattern short coming up on RTY. It's going to have to pull back to, let's take a look here. This RTY is going to need to come down to 1689 in order to trigger short. RTY is going to be your mini Russell. So 1689 would be an entry. All right, we have an entry on RTY short. Now that target is going to bring us down to 1684. 1684. So once again, when you're trading Einstein, never recommend you trade more than one indice at a time because it is possible they can all trigger at the same time and you just won't be able to get in both of them. So I suggest stick with one. So short RTY, target of 1684. I wouldn't reverse until it came up to around 1700. All right, long gold, short RTY, mini Russell. So once again, if you are following us on YouTube and Facebook, thank you for joining us this morning. Please be sure that you hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell, and also give us a thumbs up. That will definitely help out the channel, and also we will be able to keep you informed as soon as we have some new videos. I did send out a new video last night talking about our overnight trades. We basically use these same patterns. We put a trade on the night before. It's really good for those that don't have the time to sit in front of the screen all day. And also demonstrate that these patterns can be used on longer time frames, and that's what we do. So we put the trade on the night before and we exit the following day. If you watch that video, you'll see the track record not only for this year, for the last 3 years, and you'll see where we are for the month of September alone. I do have a account that I started in, well, I did a small account challenge back last year. Traded for a month, was able to double my money. And I've done the same thing this year, but I'm going to carry it for the whole year to see where I can take a small little $500 account to prove that a small account can do very well trading with these patterns. I have a total of 3 different patterns that I trade, and I will release those results here shortly, maybe 1st of October. Show you where that live account is. It is not a demo account. It is trade. I do all my trading live in the market, and we'll take a look at that account. I think you're going to be amazed at what you can do with these very simple patterns, and you can start with a very small account. I talk a little bit more about that in the video, so make sure you watch that video I put out last night. Those also, that used to be a standalone service, so I did provide those setups. That is going to be going away 1st of October, so if you're the kind of trader that doesn't want to learn how we arrive at these patterns, then you still have less than a week to go. You can still sign up for the standalone service. I put those trades out the night before. You do receive an email, and the trade goes on that night, and then you just let it close out the following day. It's pretty simple, and it's only $50 a month. What a great value for just pretty much doing nothing. And like I said, I trade them, and we'll have those results released shortly. That being said, we are still short RTY, long gold. I don't have anything on the stocks right now. Yeah, they are, Glenn. They're it's yeah, I tell all my subscribers, if you're not following the dailies, then you're making a huge mistake. But it's, it's an individual thing. I think it's important to understand how you arrive at a particular setup, and that following somebody blind. And the other reason I'm stopping that standalone service is I am and do not want to be a signal provider. My mission has always been to teach traders how to trade these markets, and that's what I'm doing after 40 years of trading. I am trying to get traders and turn them into self-sufficient, independent traders, where they learn how to trade the markets, make their own decisions, and not follow somebody blindly, and have them provide you with setups. Because if you think about it in the long run, that's only as good as the person continues to provide you with those signals. So the other thing is, if you understand how something works, you're more confident to stick with it. And so that's why I think it's important to understand how do we arrive at these setups that we do on the dailies. That's really important, because once you understand it, then you're built the confidence to stick with it. If you don't have that understanding, then you just don't know. You don't know, is it falling apart? Is it not falling apart? But when you understand the concept of my patterns and how they're all based on behavior, then you build up that confidence knowing that behavior is predictable. And there are some videos on my YouTube channel where I get a little bit more in the depth on that. So make sure you check those out. They are available on YouTube. Innovative Trading Strategies. And while I'm sitting here rambling, I missed a nice buy on Home Depot. That's all right. Missed a buy on GM. But we are still long gold and we are still short RTY. Let's see what the Dow's done. Dow's down 72, still pretty quiet. If they can't push this much further, then they're probably going to start hitting the Dow. Interesting. Remember I told you about the double carrots? Watch natural gas. You got the double carrot chart right here on natural gas. And we'll see if that pushes that lower. This is, of course, just a 5-minute chart. So the predictability is only this 5-minute bar, which is gonna close here in about 2 minutes. But it means that you want to go ahead and be a seller on this bar. And if you're a scalper, you don't want to hold it longer than 5 minutes. Okay, let's look at Home Depot one more time. I got a couple things going on here. I could see Home Depot pulling back now down to the 270-215 area. And we'll put a little yellow line in there. And target 272.90. I'm sorry, buy point 272.90. That would set up a beautiful HF1 buy. So I think we're going to pull back down here to this 272.15 first. And if we don't, well, never mind, I just hit it. Just hit the 272.15. Okay, so let's see if we need to rally up. If we rally up now, creates just a really nice HF1 buy on Home Depot. The other thing about my methods, you'll see I don't have a bunch of indicators on here. I don't need to get particularly, I think it's great for stock traders because this is a really simple process. You don't have a lot of data to digest. You don't have to worry about earnings and everything else. It's all just price patterns, very specific price patterns. I call them behavioral patterns. And they are not your typical pattern, what you're used to. These are very unique. I'm the only one that has ever shared them with the public. These are my own developed patterns. And this is a lot easier way of trading. And the nice thing about easy in the sense is that it shortens your learning curve. I mean, if you want to be, particularly with stocks, if you want to be a trader, there's so much to learn. And you have to have a pretty big size account in order to make any money. Most of these guys that do it for a living, they're only going for 10, 15 cents. They're not, but they're trading huge lots, and most people don't have that ability to do that. Well, we can do almost just as well, if not as well. Take it on a reasonable risk, and shortening that learning curve. And these patterns are easy to learn and understand, and also there's a very strong reason why these patterns work. And so understanding them will help you stick with it. All right, RTY. Don't know if RTY is going to pull back, but here's what's interestingly setting up here. If we do come up to, let's look at something here. Yeah, if I can come up to around that 1700, that's going to set you up for a really nice HF1 buy on RTY, but we are going to continue to hold short here. Long gold slowly approaching target. So Home Depot is going to continue to pull back further, so we will not begin an HF1 buy yet. I'll just remove that. Dow's down 110, kind of what I was expecting. Let's just take another real quick look at that Dow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to go ahead and I wouldn't be surprised that we take these lows out today. Friday lows. Next gap's going to get filled down here around the 28,495 area. So I think that's going to be our next target. But they're not able to push this down positive today, so that is not a good sign. So I think you have a lot of maybe spec buying in here. People trying to be bottom pickers. And I'm not so sure that's going to hold. So I never believe in trying to be a bottom picker or pick the top. The best thing to do is go with the flow. So many traders like to do that and they end up losing their shirt. So just go with where the market's going. That's just get in tune with the market and go with the flow. The market does have a nice flow once you can get in tune with it. All right. All right, so once again, we are at the top of the hour. We will continue on in our live chat room with our subscribers. But that will end the first hour. If you have any questions, go to innovativetradingstrategies.com and or my YouTube channel. Everybody have a great day. Be careful in these markets. A lot of volatility. And we'll see y'all first thing tomorrow morning.